which are very particularly important but costly, and they come with some side effects and all those things, and have their own limitations. We should be very judiciously managing these patients with medications and the other parameters to start these patients so that we don't land up on these advanced therapies. So my main aim is to tell you about the newer therapies, which are newer medical and easy therapies which are available for heart failure. So why heart failure therapies are very important? Because hospitalized heart failure patients have increased risk of mortality. One out of every three patients readmitted at least once over the next 1 year. 1 year mortality rate was significantly higher in patients who had more than one readmission, and around three times increased risk of mortality in hospitalized heart failure patients. And one of the major reasons of mortality in these patients and the reasons for them to get readmitted was inappropriate medical therapy. And as we see in this chart, that over time, the mortality increases, and it increases to as high as 46% over 3 years, which means almost half of the patients are not going to live beyond 3 years. So we should be very judiciously using all the therapies which are available to us, which may be very cost effective if we compare to the other therapies which are being administered now. One most important thing to understand is what are the common causes of heart failure. This is very important because one part of treating heart failure is to treat the failure symptoms and signs, and the other part is to treat the underlying cause why this has happened. Because if it is a treatable cause, most of these patients do improve very well, and they have got a very good quality of life, and they get prolonged life expectancy also. So like ischemic heart disease, we have a lot of discussion on that, like coronary artery disease, acute coronary syndrome, and chronic staph anginas. Then dilated cardiomyopathy is one subset which is common in around one third of the patients, but unfortunately doesn't have any permanent cure, means a basic etiological cure. Third important thing is valvular heart disease. So we just had finished the session on aortic stenosis, and it is one of the predominant reasons in elderly is to have the heart failure. Hypertensive heart disease is another subset which is more commonly seen in patients who have got hypertension for long standing, and they are poorly controlled. And other risk factors for common causes for heart failures are several, but the numbers are low. So whenever we talk about management of heart failure, there are few important categories in which we decide. One is about general measures, which includes restriction of salt, importantly, and liquids to an extent. So out of the two, if somebody is asked, then salt restriction is much more important than fluid restriction for these patients. Apart from that, they should take their medications regularly. We should also concentrate upon correcting the underlying cause. So we just had a list of causes which we saw, and correcting underlying etiological cause is very important. Then medications will go through, devices and heart transplant will be followed up in the subsequent lectures. So today I'm not going to discuss about all the therapies, because we most of us know the basic therapies which are being administered for long and are well established in the treatment of heart failure. So we know about loop diuretics like furosemide, torsemide. We know the use of ACE inhibitors or ARBs. We know the use of beta blockers, digoxin, hydralazine nitrates, and potassium sparing diuretics. Most of these drugs have shown improvement in quality of life, reducing the symptoms, and some improving the mortality, like beta blockers, ACE inhibitors. So nowadays we see a lot of new drugs. In the past 1 decade or so, we have seen many new drugs coming up, and which has got significant, which have promising results in patients who have got heart failure. There are significant reductions in numbers of patients needing rehospitalization, and they also have got